I was born and raised in a small town in Poland called Przytyk. It was a nice life. It was in a small town, and I was there till I was about almost 9 years old when the Germans came. I was terrified, and they came with a truck and herded us all into a truck to take us to another town, to a ghetto. And we stayed in the ghetto for several months, and then the Germans came, took my grandparents to the gas chambers, and my parents and me, they took to a work camp, which was a factory where they produced gunpowder. And my mother died in an explosion over there. And after that, my father and I wound up in Auschwitz. When I came to Auschwitz, I was tattooed with a number called B-21. And on my left breast, there was B-21 and a little Star of David. Killings and hanging were an everyday thing. Just about everybody was sick, malnourished, they didn't feed you. In order to survive, you had to do a bunch of bad things. Like, think of yourself first, and don't be afraid to kick somebody in the head if it'll be to your advantage. Liberated on May the 2nd, 1945. The guards started getting into trucks and leaving the camp. And as they were leaving and running away, we broke into the armory and got rifles and guns, and we started chasing them. And we saw a Jeep with 4 Americans and an American flag drive up to the camp. And when they were about 100 yards away, we started running towards them and telling them how happy we were. They saw a bunch of wild people running with guns, and they turned around and took off and ran away. And they came back about 30 minutes later in a tank, just to be sure that we can't hurt them, or that they don't have to shoot any of us. And the Americans treated me super. After the liberation, I decided I wanted to go back to Poland to see if any of my family had survived. And I found one survivor. My aunt, my mother's younger sister, survived. I came to this country in 1948.